Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official draw for the AFC President's Cup 2014 group stage. We are delighted to have you with us for what will be the 10th edition of this tournament. Over the past decade, the AFC President's Cup has not only given the participating clubs the chance to take part in a competitive tournament, it has also provided them the opportunity to showcase the passion, skill, and commitment of their teams to fans across Asia and the world. We are sure that today, the following draw will produce some exciting and memorable matches. But before we begin, let's look back together at the highlights of last year's AFC President's Cup.
Thank you, Nadia. Representatives of the participating teams, distinguished guests, friends of Asian football, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AFC House, which is the home of Asian football. And on behalf of the AFC President and the General Secretary, I would like to welcome all of you again to AFC House on the occasion of the AFC President's Cup 2014 Group Stage Competition draw. Again, I would like to congratulate the 11 teams who has earned their spots and the rights to participate in this year's edition of the group stage. And as Nadia has mentioned earlier, this is the 10th edition of the President's Cup. And since the tournament started in 2005, we have increased the number of teams from 8 teams to 12. And then now we have 11 teams for this year's edition. Reason being because some of the teams have been elevated to the higher tier club competition, which is the AFC Cup. Countries like Myanmar, Tajikistan, Palestine and Kyrgyzstan have already promoted to the AFC Cup. And the winners of the President's Cup, we have winners from Chinese Taipei, Kyrgyzstan, Myanmar, Tajikistan, and last but not least, Turkmenistan, where FC Balkan won the title or the trophy last year in Malacca, Malaysia. Interestingly, none of this year's teams have won the trophy, so this year could be another year of exciting and thrilling competition. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the team's introduction. So based on the ranking in 2013, these are the list of teams that have been ranked accordingly for this year's draw. And we have the participating teams, 11 entries for this year's competition. And now I'd like to explain to you how the teams will be put into the pots. As you can see from the stage, we have 4 pots. And by the decisions of the AFC Competitions Committee, which was ratified by the Executive Committee, we have confirmed and decided the 3 hosts, which is Mongolia, Philippines, and Sri Lanka. They will be placed in the host pots. In pot 1, After removing the host, there will be a rank. The top 3 teams from Turkmenistan, Pakistan and Nepal will be in pot 1. In pot 2, the next highest ranked team, which is position 4 and 6, Cambodia, Chinese Taipei and Bangladesh will be in pot 2. And the last pot, pot 3, will be the lowest ranked team, which is from Bhutan and DPR, Korea. So let me just put the teams into the pot. From the host, we have AFC Urchin from Mongolia. Ceres Lasiao from the Philippines. And Sri Lanka Air Force from Sri Lanka. So I'm putting the 3 hosts into the host pot. Next in pot 1, the highest ranked teams, FC HTTU from Turkmenistan, KRL Football Club from Pakistan, and Manam Mashandi Club from Nepal. Moving on to the next pot, pot 2. The next highest ranked teams are Siam from Cambodia, Ta Hong Company from Chinese Taipei, and the Sheikh Russell Pira Chakra Limited from Bangladesh. And the teams in the last pot, pot 3, you have Ugress Academy FC from Bhutan. And of course the last team, Gyeongsu Club from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. First time participating in the President's Cup. So let me just explain the competition format and also the draw procedure. So you can see from the screen, the 11 teams will be grouped into 2 groups of 4 teams and 1 group of 3 teams. And the teams in the group will play among each other in a centralized venue, which will be determined by the draw. And the top 2 teams in each group will qualify for the final stage in September. The venue of the final stage will be decided after the group stage. Right? So the draw procedure will start off with pot 3, which is the lowest ranked teams, followed by pot 2, pot 1, and then you draw the host at the very last procedure. So ladies and gentlemen, we shall start the draw from the lowest ranked teams. So the first drawn team will occupy position group A4. We have Ugress Academy FC Club from Bhutan. The next position to be drawn will go to B4. We have Gyeongsu Club from DPR, Korea. Next to top 2. And the teams drawn in pot 2 will go into A3, B3, and C3. So the first team to be drawn Sheikh Russell Pira Chakra Limited from Bangladesh. drawn in B3. Da Company from Chinese Taipei, who is a semi-finalist in 2006. And the last club to be drawn in C3, Syrian FC from Cambodia. So now we finish with pot 2. Now in pot 1, which is the highest ranked teams, I'll have to draw. The teams from the pot 1 will go into A2, E2, and C2. So we have Turkmenistan in one of the fours. We have KRL Football Club from Pakistan, who were the finalists in last year's edition, played in Malacca. The next team drawn in B2. We have FC HTTU from Turkmenistan, who is a semi-finalist in 2010. And last team in pot 1, we have Mana Mashan League Club from Nepal, who has won the Nepal National League 7 times. Alright, now we move on to the host pot, which is the most interesting pot to be drawn. So the host pot will determine where the groups will be playing. So maybe Philippines, any preferred groups to be drawn? Okay, the first host to be drawn in Group A will be Sri Lanka Air Force from Sri Lanka, who won the first Premier League in 2013. The next host to be drawn will be hosting the matches in Group B. So the team that will host Group B will be Ceres Lascelles from the Philippines. And of course the last group, the host for the last group, with FC Urging from Mongolia, who will be hosting their first ever international matches in Mongolia, and also make their debut in the President's Cup in 2012. So there you have it, the results of the draw. And just quickly recap the draw results. In Group A, we have Sri Lanka Air Force from Sri Lanka, KRL Football Club from Pakistan, Sheikh Russell KC Limited from Bangladesh, and Yugan Academy from Bhutan. In Group B, hosted by the Philippines, we have Ceres Lascelles FC, FC HTTU from Turkmenistan, Da Company from Chinese Taipei, and Ryongsu Club from DPR Korea. And last but not least, Group C, hosted by Mongolia, with FC Urging, Mana Mashan Club from Nepal, and Syrian FC from Cambodia. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your attention, and I wish all the best to this year's participating teams, and good luck. Thank you very much, and over to you, Nadia.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the official draw for the AFC President's Cup 2014 group stage. We would like to wish all 11 participating teams the best of luck. The match schedule will be distributed to all of you shortly, and the kickoff times will be announced in due course. Thank you all for coming, and have a good weekend.
Hello.